Have you ever felt like you're in a situation so hopeless that there's no way out? Picture this. You're trapped in a maze of despair, the walls towering over you, each turn leading to another dead end. The weight of hopelessness presses down, stifling your breath, clouding your thoughts. Your heart aches with the heavy burden of defeat. It feels as if you're walking through a never-ending storm with no shelter in sight. Well, you're not alone. Let's take a journey through a story of hope and hopelessness. Imagine being at the bottom of a deep, dark well with no ladder to climb up. That's how John felt. John was an ordinary man living an ordinary life. He had his ups and downs, but nothing prepared him for the day when he felt like he was at the bottom of that well, lost in the darkness with no visible way out. He was faced with a challenge that seemed insurmountable, a predicament that looked like a dead end. His dreams shattered, his spirits broken. John felt like a ship lost at sea in a storm with no lighthouse in sight. Every day was a struggle for survival. He could barely remember what it felt like to be happy, to be hopeful. The world, once brimming with possibilities and opportunities, now seemed like a cruel, unforgiving place. He felt alone, stranded in his despair. His heart echoed with the question, is there any way out of this well? But then something extraordinary happened. In the midst of his darkest hour, John found a glimmer of hope. It was not a dramatic rescue nor a sudden turn of events. Instead, it was a tiny spark within him that refused to be extinguished. A small voice that whispered, "Don't give up, keep going." This was the beginning of John's journey of hope. His situation didn't change overnight, but that small spark of hope ignited a fire within him. He started to believe that maybe, just maybe, he could climb out of this well. He began to see the well not as a prison, but as a challenge to overcome. He found strength in his struggle, resilience in his despair. Hope became John's rope, his lifeline. With each passing day, he pulled himself up inch by inch, fueled by the power of hope. His journey was not easy, but hope made it bearable. It gave him the courage to face his fears and the strength to keep going, even when the odds seemed against him. Just when John thought he was stuck at the bottom of the well forever, he found a rope of hope. John, despite his situation, clung on to hope. He understood that hope was not a fleeting emotion, but a powerful force that could alter the course of his life. It was his beacon in the darkness, guiding him through his most challenging times. In the face of adversity, instead of succumbing to despair, John held on to hope. It gave him the strength to persevere, to keep pushing, to keep working towards a better tomorrow. It was his belief in the power of hope that transformed his outlook. John's situation didn't change overnight. There were no sudden miracles, no unexpected windfalls. Instead, he found that as he continued to hope, his resilience grew. He began to see opportunities where before he had only seen obstacles. His belief in a brighter future became a self-fulfilling prophecy. In the end, John climbed out of the well, not because he found a magical ladder, but because he held on to hope. John's story isn't unique. Many of us find ourselves in wells of our own. We've learned through this tale that the wells of despair can be deep, but the power of hope is mightier. It's the rope we need to climb out of the darkness, the force that fuels our will to keep going when all seems lost. Hope's strength is in its ability to illuminate the path forward, no matter how bleak. Remember, no matter how deep your well is, there's always a rope of hope. All you need to do is find it and hold on.